Okay, so for today for your independent station, you're going to be taking some notes in your notebook. So we are going to be on page 38 in your notebook. And in your table of contents, you can label it parts of expression. You might have to abbreviate if you can't fit all that in, but this is going on page 38. Okay, then you can open up your notebook to page 38, and we will again title it Parts of an Expression. And there's some vocabulary words that we need to know. The first one is term, and a term is parts of an expression that are separated by addition or subtraction signs. So parts of an expression that is separated by addition or subtraction. Okay, those are terms. Then we have what are called like terms. And like terms contain the same variable to the same power Okay, and then our last one is called a constant. And a constant is a term without a variable. Okay, if you need to pause to finish writing down those vocabulary words, please do so. Otherwise, we're going to go on to what this looks like. So if I have an expression like negative 4x plus 12 plus x, I have to identify the parts of that expression. So first of all, I know that I have three terms, because here's 1, 2, 3, because they are separated by addition signs. So I have to label my terms, would be negative 4x, comma, 12, comma, x. Okay, then we talked about like terms. My like terms are terms that have the same variable to the same power. So I see I have an x here, and I have an x here. Therefore, they are like terms because they have the same variable to the same power. So I would say negative 4x and x are like terms. We also talked about a constant. So my constant is my term without a variable, and this term right here does not have a variable, therefore that is my constant. And then to bring in one more word that we've already talked about, a coefficient. Sorry, I'm double checking my spelling. And if you remember what a coefficient is, it is the number that is multiplied to a variable. Okay, so when I look for a coefficient, I'm looking for variables, and I have variable in that first term. So the number that is multiplied to the variable is negative 4. Therefore, negative 4 is my coefficient. And then I also have a variable in the last term, And we don't see a number that is multiplied, but we know through the identity property of multiplication that if I multiply 1 to anything, it doesn't change the value. Therefore, I could say that 1 is multiplied to x. So 1 is also a coefficient. Okay? If you need to write the definition of coefficient down because you've forgotten, we can go ahead and do that. So a coefficient, the number that is multiplied to a variable. And it's also important to note a variable always has a coefficient of 1. I'm gonna run out of room. Coefficient always has a coefficient of 1 when the term is by itself. Okay, so those are your notes for today.